Well, low volumes generally mean, of course, that a market is thin. It's, I suppose you could call it undertraded in a way. Typically, I mean, if you're looking at small cap stocks, these are stocks certainly that would fall outside of the FTSE 100. You might even have a few of these smaller cap stocks in the FTSE 250. But if you're going outside the top 350 FTSE stocks, that's where you'll find the real small caps. Now, these offer incredible opportunities, but they also have to be treated with great caution. Because they are not mainstream stocks, because they are typically have small value outstanding, fund managers can't get involved in these type of trades to the same extent, so they don't have the same kind of following and the same kind of interest. Now, because of that, because of the low volume, because they're thin, they tend to gap and they can move quite erratically at times. And that is particularly the case, I should say, in a falling market. And when we have a situation where markets are selling off and there's a general risk-off atmosphere and all stocks can suffer, you can find that a lot of these small caps suffer a lot worse because there's a cascading effect as people try to exit their positions and they find that the volumes on the bid just aren't there. I wouldn't say avoid small caps altogether if that is something that you are following. I mean, I think that's perhaps the most important takeaway from this is to do your homework. And if you have been studying particular small caps for a while, I certainly wouldn't say stay away from them because you've probably got a good understanding about how they trade. But I do think that if you haven't studied these shares and you're coming to them for the first time, then yes, do be very wary indeed because they can trade erratically, quite simply because they're invariably quite thin. I mean, they might have good volumes in good times, and when a market's rallying, they know that they will pick up extra interest. But when the market turns, as I say, those bids can disappear very quickly.